to teach you the poem Father to Son, which is in our 11th class, right? Now, Father to Son is written by Elizabeth Jennings. Elizabeth Jennings is a British poet, and her famous work is The Enemy. In The Enemy, it describes the cities. Okay, and now in this Father to Son, it is taken from, sorry, this particular poem is taken from The Enemy. It is a collection of the poems The Enemy, and from here we have taken only one single poem, that is Father to Son. Right? So, Elizabeth Jennings, The Enemy, describes a city that at the first welcome a band of new arrival strangers who arrives in town one night without explanation. But that welcome only lasts a day. Soon the citizens are fretting about who these strangers are and what they want. In turning against the strangers, they turn against their friend too, to trusting know the misery. Story suggests that it might often be difficult for the people to stay open to new and strange. Okay. Now, this is all about the enemy, and our poem is Father to Son. So, on it, in introduction, you can see that the poet is written by Elizabeth Jennings. The poem is about the anguish of a father who does not have a good relationship with his son. His son is now grown up and is busy. Look, beta, right now, the women are also working and the fathers are also working. Mother and father both are working, but who will take care of their child, right? The maids, lot of maids, grandfathers, grandmothers, they are taking care of their grandchildren, right? But what about the father? What are about the responsibilities of the father and the mother? Okay, but when the children grown up, when he passed his all the degrees and when he got a job, and the father and if a mother, they got retired. Now they focus on their children, how he is going to his office, how he is eating, how he is treating with their friends, like this, etc. Okay, so that particular time is a strange time for the father as well as for son, right? Means अगर एक फादर वर्किंग है और उसका बेटा जो है वो छोटा है, पहले बच्चा इंतजार कर रहा है अपने पापा के फ्री होने का, लेकिन जब पापा रिटायर हो जाते हैं, जब पापा बूढ़े हो जाते हैं, तो बेटा जो है, अब बेटा वर्किंग है, क्यों? बेटे की अब पूरी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट हो गई है, ग्रेजुएशन एंड ऑल वट एवर इट इज, सब कंप्लीट हो गया है। फिर उसके बाद में अब फादर जो है वेट कर रहा है अपने बेटे के घर वापस आने का, वो अपने ऑफिस से जब वो वापस आएगा, फिर उसके बाद वो देखता है कि वो कैसे खाना खा रहा है, वो कैसे बिहेव कर रहा है अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ में, सारी चीज़ें वो देखता है, ठीक है। तो उस टाइम पे उसको ये पता चलता है कि मेरे बेटे को ये चीज़ पसंद है, मेरे बच्चे को ऐसे खेलना पसंद है, ये सीरियल देखना पसंद है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। ही गॉट टू नो अबाउट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग when his beta his son get older adult and he get older. Okay, that time. So this is all about the poem, that he don't understand that how the son is behaving, and there is not a good relationship between the father and the son, because they never interact with each other, right? His son is now grown up and is busy in his life. Now, I told you that now he is the adult one, and now he also doing his work, doing his job, and now he is busy in his work only, right? The father is bitter about the generation gap. Now, there is a little bit tension into the mind of the father, that now the generation gap is between us, right? And the feeling of separation, because after retirement of 60 years, then 70 years, then maybe at age of the 72 or 75 he get die, then what happen? Then the separation between the father and the son, right? He share his feelings by saying he does not know much about him and there is no sign of understanding. And in this particular poem, he says like this, that I don't know much about my son, but there is no sign of understanding also. How no sign of understanding? He wants their relationship to be just like when his son was a child. Then he remembered all the incidents when he was child and when he is going to his workplace and when he is coming back tired feeling and then he wants just a dinner and then sleep etc like this. Okay, then he is trying his best to resolve the issue, but he is in vain. Right? Therefore, they are drifting apart, father to son. Now, the poem is like this. I don't understand this child. And if you see that in your book it is written like this, I don't understand this child, though we have lived together. I don't know that how my child is behaving and what are the favorite things of my child, but as we are living together on under a same roof, right? Same house for years. I know nothing of him. I don't know about anything about my children. So try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. Then he remembered that that time what he is what he want from me, but that time I was busy. He was sorry, yet have I killed, yet I himself killed my son. Okay, he says that although the sorry. Now, from here, the father uses I am in the first line to acknowledge his role in the communication gap between them. Now, what he is saying like this that in between us there is a kind of a communication gap. He says that despite all effort, his son was in another place that the father can't access. Access means reach. At which place the sun goes now, I am not able to reach there. They used to talk to each other like strangers, and there was no sign of understanding between them. His child used to look like him, and yet he didn't know what his son loved. Listen, beta, when we are smaller ones, na, we always want to copy our mother and father. If a girl is there, she always wanted to copy her mother only, and if a boy is there, he always want to copy his father. So that time he only want to copy his father, and now he is grown up. That time also he want to copy his father, right? Now, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. He speaks, I can't understand myself. We both are living in the same house, under the same roof, but we are not able to understand each other. Why my anger grows from grief? Anger converted into grief. Grief means sadness. Okay, we each put out an empty hand, longing for something forever. The son speaks for the first time and explains what he feels. He also feels sad about the distant relationship between them. Now, here, these are the lines of the son that how he feel when his father is behaving in the same manner right now the son is behaving. Right? He shares that he is at a point where he does not understand himself. His anger arises out of his sadness. I told you that anger converted into the sadness. Right? They both want to forgive each other and yet they can't find a solution to the problem. They both want to forgive each other, but they are unable to find out the solution. Right? Now here, some literary devices are also there. That's it about the poem. Now we will discuss the literary devices. Okay. Simile. What do you mean by simile? A figure of speech that makes comparison and so shows similar between two things. We speak like strangers. Okay. We speak like strangers. There is a comparison and show some similarity between two things only. Right? Alliteration. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of the closest content word. The speech I spent Alliteration means if the consonant, if the beginning sound is similar or same, then it is known as alliteration, right? S sound here, where the seed I spent or sown it where. Okay. Metaphor, an indirect comparison between a quality shared by person or things. The seed I spent or sown it where the land is his and none of mine. I would have him prodigal return to his father's house. What he is saying here? He is saying here like this, that after my death, this land will be, this property all will be given to my son only. Okay, and I am his prodigal, right? Returning to his father's house. Now, the conclusion of the poem is that the poem presents the phenomenal problem of generation gap and inability of holding a proper communication between a parent and the children. So, there is a lack of the proper communication between parents and the children, while the father in the poem narrate the distance that has cropped in his relationship with his son. He talks about his own weakness and rigidity, where his disregarded the individuality of his son's choices and opinion. The poem ends with a positive note where the father understands that both he and his son are in the process of forgiving each other and reunion. I hope this poem is understood by you. So, if any query, comment it below. Thank you so much.